up, everybody? Welcome to the ultimate guide for Fallout New Vegas. I am your host, Mike Fury, and today we are looking at the 5 best locations to loot and or are tied to rewards. The 5 best locations tied to rewards and to loot. And I will not be talking about DLCs today. DLCs are very... let's call them, it depends on how you look at it. At this point in time, everybody has their own opinion about which one probably is the best. As far as I'm concerned, it goes basically interchangeable at number 1 and number 2 between Dead Money, which the payoff is absolutely incredible, and the Divide, which the loot there is absolutely broken, because in terms of armor, in terms of weapons, it just gives you so freaking much. Now, the third one obviously being Big MT. A lot of the stuff that Big MT is also incredibly powerful, and I tell everybody, if you do the Big MT early enough, you'll be broken for the rest of the game. So it depends on how you look at it. It depends like how you want to like slice it, what you care about the most, and then therefore you can give your opinion. And if that's the case, let me know down in the comment section below which DLC you think is the most rewarding in terms of everything, in terms of XP, in terms of loot, in terms of experiences, in terms of storytelling, etc., etc. Now, back to the video. Today we are looking at the 5 best locations, and I'm not gonna go too crazy on the locations. I'm gonna just straight talk about them. Camp Searchlight, as far as I'm also going to position them in a way that you can get to them as fast as possible. So the very first location you should be very diligent with is Camp Searchlight, coming from Good Springs, which is all the way over here. Good Springs, you're going to come down, take a, basically on the map, take a right, and then you're going to find Camp Searchlight. Besides the rads, there isn't too much to be scared of in Camp Searchlight, because, well, maybe the boss at the end of the main mission quest, but it has side quests, it has missions, it has loot, it has, technically, if you have the Wild Wasteland perk, 2 uniques, so you can get the 3 holy hand grenades, which are absolute, they're like mini nukes in grenade form, and you could get the knock knock, which is one of the best melee weapons in the game, and all you gotta do is fight a lot of ghouls for them and deal with rads, besides maybe the massive boss that you have to fight, which I will not spoil. So Camp Searchlight definitely at number 5. At number 4, it is going to be Repconn. Let me see if I can find it. Repconn Headquarters. Now, Repconn Headquarters is another one of those locations, again, tied to a unique. It has everything that you would want as far as ammo, as far as XP, as far as side quests. One of the Brotherhood of Steel members is also on the 3rd floor. There's 3 different chests as well. You fight so many Securitron and robots that it is absolutely obnoxious how much plasma, how much flamer fuel you get, how much scrap metal you get, especially if you're a crafter. It's absolutely absurd. I'm not gonna go in there because there's no need for it. And also, there's always like the raiders always spawning right in the front. So if you ever want some free XP, you could always just come in every 3 days or so, and they'll spawn and try to fight you again and again and again. Now, that is number 4. I would also tie that up to, let's say, the Repconn test site as well, tied to another really good side quest as far as rewards are concerned, but just not really good in terms of loot overall. And besides the very, very cool, one of the best side quests in the game is tied to this location, it just doesn't add up to being better than the Repconn Headquarters. I believe that the Repconn Headquarters is just a top tier place as far as loot is concerned, and as far as XP is concerned as well, because robots do give a pretty good amount of XP. Now, third and second are kind of interchangeable. So technically my 3rd would be Black Mountain, because I believe that if you can do number 2, you can definitely do Black Mountain at this point in time, because it's just, there is a crap ton of enemies, a crap ton of tanky enemies. But if you're at the level where you can handle Black Mountain, then you can handle number 2 as well, which I will say in a bit. But Black Mountain is just one of those high density in terms of enemies, high ammo, high equipment, weapons, everything, XP, side quests, Annabelle, the rocket launchers here as well. Every single location that I think I mentioned today, besides maybe one, which is going to be number 2, it is packed with weapons galore and probably a unique armor. Raul's also here, so a companion's also tied to this location, and you could get behind it and get your own very first set of Brotherhood power armor as well. Yeah, it's just like one of these really, really dense locations when it comes to equipment, XP. Yeah, it's just one of those, right? And like I said, it could be interchangeable between who is talking, right? For me, yeah, it lands at number 3. Number 2, I'm actually going to load up a save file for you guys. Now, you see this? This is how you do a guide. You see how many save files I got? You guys aren't ready for this work. See how hard I work for you guys? It's obnoxious how many save files I got. It's 585, I think it is. 585. Here you go. So, for those of you who saw me load it up, know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the Silver Rush. And the Silver Rush, on regular terms, I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to pop in real quick. Under regular terms, the Silver Rush is it's a tiny fortress, let's call it. But if you're able to loot it, look, laser rifles. By the way, I'm also going to be giving you guys the guide to making caps of the waste of the Fallout New Vegas, or the best way to make caps in Fallout New Vegas. Do you see all of this loot just sitting there? And this is not all. Then you get access to the back. Once you destroy everybody, get access to the back, get access to the walls. It is obnoxious. All of this all the combat armor that everybody's wearing is expensive, so you can make caps off of that too. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It is absolutely obnoxious how paid you get from looting the Silver Rush. But the Silver Rush is not an easy place, because obviously, as you can tell, a lot of people were waiting there. So here's one of my favorite things to do. If you want to take care of, like, everybody, just drop three C4s, back up. Oh, whoops. I don't have the All-American. And then you do that. Get the detonator, wait until everybody pops up.
This weapon's on its last leg.
Absolutely obnoxious. And pretty self-explanatory when it comes to that. Now, that is just the very first part. Just the very first part. You still got to go inside, and you got to deal with Baptiste, and you got to deal with a couple of other... Look at this. Just combat armor, microfusion cells, plasma. It's absolutely obnoxious. Absolutely obnoxious. Now, that is number 2. And finally, number 1. Let me go ahead and load my file back up. Number 1 is going to be an area that is specifically tied to some of the final quests in the main story, which it's very fitting in that case. Number 1 is going to be Vault 34. Now, Vault 34 is the home of the All-American. It is the home of the pulse gun. The pulse gun not being that serious, but it's also home to what essentially is a crap ton of explosives, a crap ton of armor, a crap ton of weapons, a crap ton of difficult enemies tied to several quests. It is the epitome of what Fallout is. It is probably, if anybody can look up the most densely packed, as far as XP to rewards XP to rewards to equipment to loot ratio type places, I think Vault 34 should be absolutely up there, if not number 1. It is also probably the best vault when it comes to weapons in general. Just like counting all the vaults that we've ever gotten to loot, probably number 1. Probably. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Those are the 5 best locations to loot and to get rewards from, or to get XP from, in Fallout New Vegas. It is absolutely fantastic to loot these areas. There is a few. This is basically we can kind of call it a part 1, because I also want to show you guys the best way to get caps in Fallout New Vegas. That is going to be the next video, but I wanted to make sure that you guys understood the best locations to loot. You should do it in that order as well. Do not dismayed from that order, because that order is basically, there's a skill check to get to where you are, because in Vault 34 there's a lot of ghouls, there's a lot of reavers. Yeah, it could be problematic if you're not at the right level. Same thing with Black Mountain. That is almost like a skill check area. If you are not ready for Black Mountain, then you should not be trying to loot the Silver Rush, and you should not be trying to basically attack the Vault 34 as well. So that's why I set it up in that way. That way it's like, oh, they're kind of scaling up to these 5 locations. But anyways, you guys, thank you guys for watching. Links are down in the description below. Like, share, subscribe. I absolutely adore you guys. Thank you guys for making the channel as basically, as I won't call it excellent, but as successful as it has been for the last, I want to say, let's say last a year and a half, but granted, I have also been consistently uploading, so, but I get that from you guys, and you guys always commenting, so thank you guys very much. All dollar a day keeps the landlord away. I'm your host, Mike Fury. It's been a complete pleasure. Until next time, Mike, off.